Good evening, everyone. This is John Scarborough. Figured I'd put a little video here this evening showing y'all what this grass looks like when I run cows in. I just now ran a bunch of cows through the gate into this pasture. They've been off this pasture for probably close to 2 months now, maybe a little over 60 days. It's in the dead of August right now, so you can tell the tops are definitely brown. But it's got a lot of life down in it. It's got a lot of green down in there, and there's actually a lot of grass still growing. Some of the other grasses that I haven't seen out here before. There's actually some grasses down in there that I've never seen. So I'm kind of happy to see that. And I don't know all of the names of all the grasses. I'm starting to learn some of them here. I've only been here in Louisiana for about 5 years. I'm actually originally from Texas. So I've noticed that there are some grasses here that I'm not used to seeing. More native to this, to North Louisiana. But most of this stuff is just like bahia, and then there's a couple other types of grasses in here as well. There's some crabgrass and some Bermuda. I know there's a pretty decent amount of Bermuda out here. Common Bermuda. This is a pretty clean pasture. We got a little spot right out in there. But I just wanted to talk about or show y'all kind of what we're doing. We're making sure this is a rotational grazing system, but we're making sure that we are allowing our pastures to fully recover. I'm not ever letting the cows back into one pasture. If I do, I just run them right through it. I don't ever let them back in it to graze it until after it is fully mature. Now, that doesn't mean I want a seed head on it. Ordinarily, I just want it to come out to where your blade has a tip on it. It doesn't look like it's been eaten off. You know, it's got a little. The blade of the grass will actually have a tip on it. If all your grass has a tip on it, it's ready to graze. If it's before that, you really don't want to have your cows out on there. Eventually, you're going to start moving backwards. Now, getting a seed head on it, that's a little bit more mature than I'd like to have. I do like to let my pasture come to seed sometimes, but here in August, it's just kind of how it was. We got a lot more grass than our cows could handle, so a lot of it ended up coming to seed. I don't have a tractor that I could clip any of it. It would have been a little bit higher energy like that. But over there, you can't even hardly tell the difference in that pasture. It's dark right now. The video quality is very bad right now. I apologize for that. But you can't really tell the difference. You can kind of tell. But over there, there's still a lot of grass that I left. And that's because I want to keep the cover over the soil. I don't want my soil to get too exposed. I want to keep my microbiology happy. I want to keep it working, because that's how you build topsoil, is through microbiology and lots of organic matter. But anyway, not to make this video too long, just wanted to kind of show a little bit about how much grass we like to be sure is in our pastures. That's a good 18 inches of grass in a lot of places, and there's some grass that's even taller than that. And it is very thick, very, very thick out in there. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing here, what we're trying to implement, and how good it's working for us. So far, I've been doing this like this, moving them, making sure that I'm keeping them moving frequently. I've been doing it for about a year now. Actually, I say that. Really, I've only been really able to do it very well for a couple months now. But it's actually working very well. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. The grass is looking good. The organic matter is already starting to build up. And it would be even better if I could mob them in here, if I could mob graze them. But I haven't been able to do that. But it's actually doing very well. And one of the things that I've been really, really pleased with is the amount of flies that I've seen on their backs. I've seen so many less flies, just keeping them moving. In fact, sometimes I'll skip whole pastures and run them all the way ahead to a whole nother pasture, just to make sure they're way away from their manure pats. And I let their manure pats fully decompose. I mean, we're talking about 60 days, and their manure pats are all the way gone. There's no larvae in there. The flies have already matured, and they're way away from the cows. They don't ever find them. So I have just found, just simply doing that, the numbers of flies have dramatically dropped. So I'm still working with some other things to really keep on working on it, but I just kind of wanted to throw another video out here of what everything looks like and how well it's working for us. So thank y'all very much. Please consider subscribing to my channel.